and get a chalice already, which I think we're gonna do. And then we just go like tier 1 Braggies or something. Does Golden Blade have... Okay, it does. Cool. So generally you kind of just rush Golden Blade on these picks. You can go Chalice and like multiple health pots. Oh, by the way, I'm recording a YouTube video. I completely forgot. But yeah, you can record, excuse me, you can go a Chalice and multiple health pots on a pick like Bellona if you want. But just because I'm thinking like I should have the sustain and pressure in the lane anyways, I'm just going to kind of lean into that advantage I should innately have. Go less potions, more actual build. And, you know, that way we have a little bit of strength. So Nemesis is starting on blue with us. I don't love this start, to be honest. If I have Sunder, I think it's like pretty unnecessary. It just actually gets me a little bit behind more often than not, but it is what it is. We'll humor it. We'll see what we're laning against. Again, we have this Sunder still, so that is the good part. It means we can fight. We zone him off 1 minion. Actually, I think he got it. Looking at his build, he went Health Chalice, Multi-Pots, and Sunder. So he almost certainly sundered his buff to be done that fast. And we're just going to kind of fight him, sunder him here. This guy never dies off that, but just to get good damage. And we're doing good. So generally speaking, if you're going to be playing Thor or just, you know, building the potion build he went, make sure you always go Health Chalice into Health Pots. You don't need to ever get multis right now. He hadn't sundered, so that means the jungler actually did start with him on the blue, which is totally cool. But we got it out, and we got all of his pots out of the way. He's still going to be healing because they're still running. But yeah, make sure you get health pots. Multi-pots are not needed ever, so just go Health Chalice, health pots. You're going to sustain a little bit slower, sure, but that's not a big deal. You just kind of take your time with the lane, and things will kind of come to you. So, what is our kind of like chief objective? So if you remember during our Thor video, we played into a Sobek and he really was just kind of annoying and hitting us. It limited us a little bit in terms of rotational ability, but we ended up hard out farming him. So how do we avoid something like that in playing Bellona? Really quick, you know, the good thing is that we have much better clear than a Sobek would have, so we can play an oppressive kind of fight style like the Sobek was playing and actually have a lot more value in doing it. I think the biggest thing is that whenever we're hitting him, we want to make sure we're also hitting the wave as much as we can. Where if we are hitting him, we're actually hitting him for a meaningful amount of farm. And a lot of that is going to also mean that we're not going to let him clear the wave and separate away from us. A lot of the times in that Thor game, I would like double tap the archers, teleport to them in 3. We're going to try to do everything we can to keep this Thor from getting into those spots to be able to just kind of hard out clear or, you know, clear quickly and avoid taking damage. So anytime he walks up, we're going to hit him. And we're going to try to, you know, separate the wave just by going on him right away or hitting the wave first. Stuff like that, just kind of keeping him in as passive of a spot as possible so that, you know, obviously we can get him behind. And that also, you know, comes to taking advantage of the leads you have in terms of pressure, just by doing little fights like that whenever you can. And Thanatos is going to die to take damage because we sundered him and he had another effect on him, so it works out. But yeah, we're just kind of running around. Why are we running around again? Because we have lane pressure, we have fight pressure. So let's like utilize that as much as we can. Nem gets a little bit of a gank here. Remember, this guy just TP'd back. And the whole point is we're just trying to keep him as poked as possible without actually losing a step in terms of our farming and stuff like that. We get 1 creep on this. I hit 5, so even though Thanos here, this fight is not bad. We're just going to have to get 1 creep for sure, and we'll be good. Nem's not really helping me, but that's fine. Double on these guys. Avoid the Thana Death Scythe. Auto 3. Auto again. 1 more time. He's going to die eventually here. Good job, buddy. Well done. That was great. That was really well played. Even if we don't avoid that Thana Scythe, we at least kill Thanatos. We might have not been able to kill Thor through that, but that fight's kind of always going to be good. Again, we're taking advantage of the fact that, like, Thor early game, although he's got, like, decent clearance stuff, he's just not going to be able to out-trade a lot of these characters. You know, if you put it to me to be 1v1ing that Sobek, a lot of that game, in my Thor game, I wasn't actually able to win the fight, but what was I able to do? Outmaneuver and stuff like that. So when you're making an effort to chase them around, kind of fight them, get damage on them quickly and then disengage, you're eliminating that opportunity for them to play that super mobile style. and then they're just stuck with pure fighting. And if it's pure fighting Bellona versus pure fighting Thor, and I just mean, you know, you're just trading with each other, who's going to win that every time, right? So your picks, in some sense, definitely comes into it. Like, I wouldn't love to play Thor into Bellona, but if I was, I would really be focusing on keeping my health bar up and not trading over things that I just can't win, which, quite frankly, is most fights. Because, like, as you see, he walked up to this camp, and look what happened to him. He's going to look for a hammer, but again, as we're just fighting him, we sunder him. He has to hammer out now. He doesn't have TP to lane, so he's going to lose a lot of gold here if he backs, which he should back, mind you, because this is just going to only get worse. We're going to auto this down, play this slow. Thor wants to walk up. He's going to ult. Totally fine play. Doesn't really matter. It's still just bad for him no matter what he does, so we'll see. Lands on us, that's fine. We're just going to up down his double tap. Don't manage to hit him, but he still loses all the gold there, and we'll just kill him afterwards, so doesn't really matter. Again, we're also doing that because we know Thana's not here. We see Thana mid. He was mid at the time. Now he walked over right. So we know we're not getting ganked. We can play aggro. And that's what I was saying. Like, this guy just needs to back because he's in the worst spot ever, staying right there. We go into Pharaoh's Curse here. It's going to give us shared prots, which is really valuable, but attack speed and a Frostbound-like passive that we can just apply. Or more of like a horrific like passive that we can apply, and that'll give us just a lot more damage potential. We go into Braggy's Harp after that, and then you can go like Shoguns, Kin Size, Spirit Robe, and your build is done. Something along those lines. Should be pretty good. He can get Totem if he wants. It's good for us to get it as well. But if he does end up wow, what a pluck! Good job, dude. He's just dead. Yeah, I mean, honestly, sending, like, other people over... Good job. Sending other people over to get on the Thor a little bit when it's, like, an easy kill is a really good play as well. Because, again, the whole point is he wants to rotate to fights. So if you bring it to him, either through yourself or just other people, when he doesn't have his ult especially, you're able to just kind of, like, really bully him out. We'll push this tower a bit. His buffs are coming up, so I want to get to those. Kind of did that a little bit awkwardly, but we'll get blue here. I'm going to hover... Check really quick. Okay, we're good. Then we come back. So Thor is now down 1600 with a defense item rush. Like, his efficacy of farming, #1, is like not great now. But more importantly, his rotational like ability is really low. It's super important to play as safe as possible. In these matchups that you can't just like outwards fight somebody. He's dead here. We're fine. Yeah. Because at that point then, like, what do you do if you're a rotating character and you can't fight? Aw, too bad. Try to get the dash. I think I was dead there either way. That was a good Thana ult by him. It's a little weird that he's in this side of the jungle only because like red and blue are down, so I'm kind of making that play, not expecting a gank, because, again, what would he be naturally doing on this side? But character has so much gap close with his ultimate and stuff that didn't quite work out. If I got my dash off, I think he would have missed, so it was worth a shot, but it didn't happen. Anyways, we go into Braggy's here. If you're like really struggling in a lane, you could go defense here first. You generally shouldn't be, so I just recommend it. It gives you an opportunity to do more damage to characters with low prots like this Thor, and at the moment at least, and like really the rest of their team, while also giving you like good objective damage, good tower damage, good camp damage, everything. So it's like a great way to just sort of get added damage across the board. Where Kins or something is only going to give it to you on the gods, and especially right now, like, he's not tanky, he's not going to have a lot of health, so it just won't be too strong. Kins is not nearly as good as it was in Smite 1, like, kind of for a comparison. Holding like into a Thor is never like a terrible play. I'd rather though just like kind of look at pushing, because I think we can just kill him here. So just sort of look at what's easier at the moment. Sometimes just going for the kill is going to be a little bit smoother, where you're just going to get a little bit more farm from it. Wow, good juke. Am I dead? No. That was a really good juke by him, can't lie. Okay, he's looking for the kill. I kind of inted. We're fine though. Shove. I missed. I mean, that was a really good play by the Thor. The hammer thing was good. I rushed it a little bit on the dive. I didn't have to rush it that hard, and I think that made it a little bit sketchy, but I just slowed down there, and it's super easy. We wouldn't have died anyways, but again, you don't want to make it that close. Is everything okay? What's up, Malice? Nice to see you. Yeah, no, physicals are good. Like, you know, some of the magicals are pretty strong, but they're totally fine. You can still play these tanks into just about everything. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend playing too much Odin right now, but besides that, the rest of them are all okay. Get some damage off on this guy for free here. He's always going to look for, like, that wall, so, especially on a... Oh, he's so dead. We just popped this slowing thing, and, yeah, it's doomed. But they're always going to look for a wall when you're bludgeoning, so it's really important that you have your passive, like, movement speed up, and you just kind of, like, shake over to the left or right, and chances are they'll probably miss. It's really a much harder wall than you think. We're in a great spot though now. We're up 5 levels. More like 4.5 probably, yeah, but point still stands. This game's kind of like getting stompy, but we have a big hand in it, so I feel fine uploading videos and stuff that are stompy, but like we're doing a lot, you know what I mean? This rotation's really forced, but I actually just want to go to their speed right now. Again, we kind of sidestep. Good silence by him. Oh, what a disaster. He's still dead. Hopefully. That was so awkward. Oh, he's body blocked. Sundered the Thor. 3M. It's Pharaoh cursed, and he's just gone. Yeah, it wasn't super clean. The ult pluck thing was a bit of a disaster. I actually think we're gonna die for it, sadly. Yeah. Alright, that was messy. That was very messy. It's all good though. Still a one fight, with like the buff invades and stuff, but yeah, that was a little grief. It happens. That not having comms will do that to you, right? This Cuckoo's actually really fed though. I didn't really realize. So he's a bit spooky. We'll be fine though. Are we going to Shoguns here? Guys, by the way, I think the Vegas LAN is what? Does anybody know the dates of the Vegas LAN? Because I want to cast that, or not, maybe not cast, but like stream it. So if anybody knows, I can give you guys some like insider info. Not in terms of like too much, but I know some stuff. So I think it'd be a good time. I did that for Worlds last time. And it went really well. I streamed the entire Worlds event, and it was a really good, exciting thing. I think people really liked it. So, totally down to do that again. Even though it's going to be less exciting than Worlds was, but... We're fine here. We just have to, like, kind of auto-attack them out. They're trying to get us low enough that we're in execute range. That's not going to work. So just stand your ground there. Really big issue a lot of Bellona players will do there is just ult early. No reason ult early. You want to kind of like bait out the timers and the cooldowns that are problem. But for the meantime, just like kind of stand your ground and you should be okay. Why is this guy here? Okay, now I'm dead. Yeah, there's no hope. Fenrir should die off this. No, he doesn't. What the heck? Okay. Alright, that's a little excessive. Come on now. The Bellona stuff, her like animations and stuff are all wacky. Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff about her that's wacky. Alright, that was a bit, I mean that wasn't really an in. They're kind of just like sending their mid over, and we don't know. It is what it is. We get a free Gold Fury for it. It's like really not a big deal. Bit annoying, but you know, it's chill. We're gonna go Shoguns here. It's honestly not a bad buy to go Purification Beads here instead of Shoguns. I'm thinking now that I probably should have done that. We still could. You know, we could go Purification Bees and then just transfer this into a Kin. So I actually think that's what I'm going to do. Shoguns is still obviously a good buy, but when they have a Fenrir support that's like ulting us, kind of changes their priorities a little bit, you know? Yeah, turns to be a little bit scrappy, but I think, you know, at least what's maintained is despite the fact that Thor's gotten some kills and stuff, we still maintain like a 2k gold lead. So really quickly we can kind of catch up. Not catch up, but expand our lead again. Because he still can never fight us. You know, I'd like to say that even if Thor was even or 500 gold ahead of us or even 1,000 gold ahead of us, he still really can't fight us. So we're always going to be strong in that regard. And again, that's where, like, as the Thor, you need to be rotating and stuff. It's strange because the rotations are coming to him, which, again, normally doesn't happen, but, you know, it's just how ranked is sometimes. We're going to just throw our Pharaoh's Curse on him here to slow him, get a little bit of poke. And we can leverage this right over to a Naga or something. I can solo this Naga really easily, so I'm just going to actually, like, walk over to it. It's kind of running away, which is a little bit annoying, but this is really easy to do it. Whenever you have Braggies or just like an auto attacker in general, there's like no way you can't do this, so it just takes a little bit of time. This is a spot where Thor can rotate. I look at this as saying like we're getting literally a confirmed like 750 team gold here, so it's always a good call. Oh, Thor did rotate and he died. They trade though. This is still just like objectively a good call. Me rotating to dive in between towers is like not super smart. It could work, but that's just like a bad fight to take. So, you know, you just want to have confidence in like whatever call you're making that it's a good one. We didn't hesitate and we get something for our team at least. Yeah, this one's turning out to be super scrappy. We'll get our beads item off of this wave. And things are looking up. I want to do a quick damage check here. Let's just see how hard we hit this guy. Quite hard. I mean, again, this is the support, so that's pretty good. Not too sure how I'm feeling about a fight right now. Just don't think we can get much. I mean, we can get this tower, actually. You're going to excel in Bellona, like, especially with a build like this, when there's limited amounts of people who can actually hit you. And what I mean by that is just like look for your 2v2s, look for your 2v3s, look for your 3v3s. Try to avoid the big spread damage of like a Kukulkan. Chances are you're going to be pretty happy. Because like again, this fight is just absent of Cuckoo, and you know, it helps that he's fed and we just don't want to deal with him. But when you can avoid like the super spread boom damage of a mage, you're going to be doing really well on a character like Bellona. So look for your ADCs, look for your junglers, look for your solos. And take those 2v2s and take those 3v3s or 1v1s, whatever it might be. You want to think of yourself kind of as like a duelist character. Really similar to like how you would think of as an Arachne or an Amaterasu or Bakasura. Most of the auto attackers are kind of similar in terms of their preferred fight. That doesn't mean you can't engage in a true team fight with Bellona or something, but like, especially when you have a build like this, we have really not that much defense, so let's kind of play around that and play more for a specific style of play. And once you're ahead and you can split the map and your macro is like decent and you just have an idea of like where to go, it really becomes a big problem because they're gonna have to send 2 over for you if you're by yourself, and then you just walk away because they're fast, and then your team should be able to do something with the numbers across the map. That's generally like the goal. Alright. Don't think there's too much here at left just yet. I need to get Kin size to really like really kill this Thor. At this point, he's got a lot of defense now. I still hit him hard, but he's got like enough separation that, you know, it's kind of too bad. We got put on the other side. If I get put on his side of the wall, I like force his ult there, at least. But we have Naga still, so this tier 2 is just gonna go down. Really good to get Naga on your split push character, obviously. So we get a tier 2. His buffs are coming up as well. And the whole time, it's just tethering the person who can't fight us to us. The only person who's really going to be able to match us in this tier 2 like situation or in any split push situation is Kukulkan. But again, a lot of that's just because he's fed. If he's not fed, Cuckoo's going to struggle because we can kind of just dive him. And in this instance, if Cuckoo's matching us, it's just bad. Like, you need your mage to defend. So let's say we're doing a 3-1-1 split where we have one person mid, one person left, 3 people right. Or we do a 3-2 split where we have 2 mid and 3 right. Or a 4-1 where we have 4 right and 1 mid. I'm always going to be the person splitting off at least. You know, if we do a 3-1-1, it'd be me and them. But the idea is, like, Cuckoo really wants to be with that 3. Because if you're playing a mage, you kind of need to spread your damage. You need to hit multiple targets. If you're only able to hit one target, chances are that that side where there's 3 people is just going to bulldoze that Phoenix, right? And your right Phoenix is your most priority one. So are you going to send your best defender over mid to cover mid, or send them over right? And therein lies the issue, right? Where you're always going to send Cuckoo right. And then we just get mid for free. So in a game like this, going 3-1-1 is really good, because I don't think anyone can stop the Nemesis either in a 1v1 at this point. And then that way we have Nemesis going down left, I go down mid, Cuckoo can kind of stretch to come mid to defend a little bit, but left Phoenix goes down, and then eventually we all get mid, and life's good. Now this fight though looks grim, and I'm not too sure about this one. I might be inting as well. Very much inting. Alright. I should have just run. Yeah, that looked terrible. No worries, though. That looks bad. We spent this whole time talking about how to siege it, and then we dig it through. No worries, though. Yeah, right there, we just don't find it. I'm not sure what they were engaging on. But it was grief. I should have just let them die. Too bad, too bad. Alright, we'll go into, let's see. I think Spirit Robe's good here. I mean, it's kind of always good. We'll get tier 2. Now that they have fire, our priorities are going to shift just a tiny bit. But not actually too much. We're kind of just going to run down a lane and force people over there and make life miserable. I mean, even with fire, like, they're going to need to send 2. You know, ideally what they do is, like, they send someone over and then those guys gank on top and, you know, everything's all good. But if they group push left right now, that'd be really weird and really inefficient. So we should be good to actually just run left. They should be grouping on Naga right about now and doing all that stuff. And again, if they do for some reason decide to group left here, well, our whole team is going to just split right and then push right tier 2 and stuff, which would be really bad for them. So this is a good look for us either way. We're going to just continue going down left. We see Thor already matching. Now we can run mid here and push mid wave. The point is we're constantly pushing waves to make it so that their fire time, which is obviously like a problem, is going to be like mitigated a good bit. You get this wave here. As you can see, like, this Thor still cannot fight us at all. We've already poked him a good bit. Zeus is just splitting mid. And this tier 2 in mid is just going to go down, quite honestly. Thor's in the air right now. If he ults Zeus, this is really good. If he ults us, it's not a big deal. So he ults Zeus. Kind of just a troll play, because we're just going to hit this. Now, Fenn's matching us. We might get screwed over by Golden Blade, I'm not going to lie, but we'll see. I'm just going to kind of keep hitting this, though, for now. Again, I have the AoE beats, yeah, and we just get a free Phoenix. So trust your split push, Gene. And remember, we just win these 1v1s, so... We got the pick, we're going to back up now. We can't obviously end the game. And look what they've gotten in the meantime, a tier 1 tower on the right. Who cares? You know what I mean? So just be confident about your split play. As long as you're farming well and stuff like that, you're never going to lose those. We know Cuckoo is the person to beat in these fights. And again, if Cuckoo matches up, our team is going to be very free to run around the map. So just do what we have to. Back up here. These two together can definitely kill me, but we're not going to give him an opportunity to. Alright, free Phoenix down. We can reset right now and head over to Gold Fury. Now that they've got left waves pushing on them, they're going to have to make an effort, obviously, to defend over there. So we can kind of like just leverage that to go over to gold and stuff like that, and they should again be struggling to pull it unless they do it really quickly, because you know they're gonna have to defend their Titans soon. So yeah, a little bit of grief team fighting this game and stuff, but the macro is solid, and that's the stuff you can always kind of control, right? Sometimes you're just gonna play the fights like crap, or you're just gonna do some really bad decisions, but if you can bounce back from them, you should be alright. Again, them getting this gold's not the end of the world. Like, I'd love to hold it, but this isn't that great of a fight. Their Titan's going to get owned, and we actually stole gold. It's really good. I'm going to soul on this, this Cuckoo. Again, he's the threat. I don't need to commit to him and kill him. We just got to, you know, ult him, force him back a little bit. Their damage is already going to be lower off of that. Now we can get on the Thor a little bit, back up. I do have this AoE bead, so I'm just going to use it on myself. Notice we are just splitting the fight. I can never kill this Cuckoo on my own, but I can slow him down. I can poke him a little bit, right? 3 for nothing trade. We're going to sunder him now. Now he's in just a terrible spot. He's just going to die. You just have to identify your target, right? So Cuckoo's the biggest threat to us and the whole team. If I can get a soft engage on him, and I just say soft engage as in like an engage where we're getting damage to force them to dash out, use an active ultimate something, and then we back up, we're just going to win the game.
Very good.
So you want to look for those engages there where it's like you can get an ult, force something, take minimal amounts of damage. You never want to commit, chase through the tornado, go for Cuckoo, anything like that. That's going to like just lose you the fight. And again, obviously, like I said, if Cuckoo's on us or Cuckoo's not fighting, we're going to just win that game automatically, because you need that spread damage on multiple targets, and it was hitting us or nobody that entire fight, and that's not gonna get it done. We get a little bit of poke here. We just back up. Unfortunately, oh, he's dead. Rest in peace. If they can get Bright Phoenix, we're really happy with that. Oh. That was really weird. What a camera angle, boys. We're dead as hell. But again, we're just trying to open the right Phoenix up. So, that is good. Nice. Good job. Good job. The play was sound, boys. Worked out. Now, Fire Giant is up. So, really important here. Do not do this. This is a terrible call. Do not do this. We don't want to do this because what's going to happen? Where does this whole team want to run right now? To fire. So if they run a fire and your Cupid's poked, and fire's low, what's going to happen? You're going to lose it. Now Cupid, again, obviously doesn't identify that here, and now they're going to pull it. And unfortunately, he's not there. Nem's also not really paying attention, so Nem's not there. They might not pull this because they're just noobs, but like 1 billion times out of 1 billion, you always bomb rush fire here. You have Cuckoo secure, like you can do it. If our team is cratered around us three being Zeus, Cupid, Nem, there's a pretty good chance we can like make it difficult and get a pick, but we'll still lose the objective every time. Like you're not going to beat Cuckoo secure, so just send it, right? Again, you'll probably lose 1 or 2, like your Kurnos might die or Thanatos might die, but you're getting fire on 3, and more importantly, you're denying it from 5. That's always a good call. Considering, again, we're not going to be able to just beeline it, run it down, and chances are we'll probably lose someone in a ranked game without comms when people, you know, aren't like on the same page. So Cuckoo might like be able to sneak out a kill, but the point is you have to make that call and you have to be quick about it. And you know they fumbled it, so good for us, but that was like a great opportunity. Now we're okay with that call because we get right Phoenix, excuse me. So like me dying and them getting fire there even is like okay, but we want to send our people over so that if they were doing fire there, you know, they're only getting it on 3. And if they get fire on 3 but we have right Phoenix down, it's not a big deal at all. If they have it on 5, you know, then it's kind of an issue. Anyways, we're just going to split mid. Those guys are going to fight. It doesn't matter. Nobody can fight us, so let's just take advantage of that. Oh, and they got a pick on Cuckoo. Good job. Yeah, that's just game. And to exacerbate that, let's fight the Kern. Really tough. It's a really tough fight. And that is going to be GG. So it's just all about fight selection on these 1v1 characters. You utilize that, and losing is going to be damn near impossible if you can get a couple good angles. So 21k means we had top gold in the lobby by a mile, 11 and 5, couple of, shoddy deaths, but doesn't really matter all too much. We had a gold per minute of 731, our highest, I think, in a game yet, recently at least. And then player damage 36k, mitigated 36k, pretty good stats. Um, and I hope we also showcased a little bit on how to keep a Thor down. Obviously, us dying a couple times and inting was not so great.